And good morning. Welcome back to Mooch Life. Today we got some cool things planned for the green machine, aka the booger. So we're gonna head to the store and get some supplies on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Not a cloud in the sky. So we're gonna jump in the truck here first, run the AutoZone and get some things, and we'll be right back. So before we get started with today's video, I just want to let you guys know that my channel has 35 subscribers thus far. That's 35 Mooch Lifers. So that's exciting. And I'm very appreciative of that. So thank you so much for subscribing. If you don't mind, tell your friends, tell your family, check me out on Instagram. It's Mooch8786 if you want to follow me there. And to celebrate the kickoff of this channel, I would like to introduce you guys to a little giveaway I'm going to be doing. So once the channel gets to 200 subscribers, I have myself here a Google Home Mini. So if you guys want to win this, go ahead and tell your friends and family, get my channel bumped up to 200 subs, and then someone's going to take this puppy home. So let's get to the video. So anybody who happened to catch my very first video, we picked up the Camaro. I got it wrapped in the Avery Dennison gloss lime green. And what I did was I asked the shop to leave the rear bow tie emblem off of the vehicle. And today we're going to show you why. So we got to run to the store. We're going to pick up some items here, and then we'll get into the content of the video. What's going on here? Three cops on a bridge blocking traffic. One pedestrian female walking on the bridge, no accident. So I wonder what that's about. Alright, Mooch Lifers, here's what we got going on. We got the emblem from the side of the car off, and we're going to put it on the rear end of the car. So I'm going to get you through this process. The vinyl shop took these off, so I'm not going to be showing you that. So quick little search on YouTube, you're going to find videos where they use a hair dryer or preferably a heat gun and some fishing line, and you're going to heat up the emblems so that this sticky black goop on the back softens enough, and then you kind of floss the fishing line through the emblem, and then they'll pop off. But obviously mine are already off, so I'm not going to be able to show you that process. So if you want to do this move, if you want to put the Camaro emblem on the rear of the vehicle, then go ahead and look up a video on YouTube. Just search emblem removal with fishing line, and you'll find a bunch of different videos. I want to get all that off because it's obviously not sticky anymore, and it's just going to get in the way. So I'm going to go ahead and try to peel it off. If I can't get it off, then I bought some Goo Gone, some adhesive remover, and then we'll use that. But I'm going to see if I can just peel it off by hand. So let me get to that, and then I'll catch up with you. Now that I got them in a colander, I'm going to scrub them real good with some Dawn dish liquid and a toothbrush, just to get any old wax or residues or dirts off of them, because then we're going to prep them for paint. So we're in a garage now. We got the emblem all spaced out on a piece of cardboard here, and we're going to paint it. So I got some primer, some black gloss paint, and some clear coat. So I'm just going to start spraying these puppies. I just have to be careful because these things are so lightweight. If I spray too close, it'll actually move them. So and just a little disclaimer, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. They're just emblems. If I screw it up, oh well. Never know until you try. Now obviously these things have a little bit of depth, so I have to make sure I get on the edges there too. Alright, there's one coat of primer. Let that dry. There we get a nice coat of primer on the lettering here, so now we're going to give it a coat of black. I'll just do this for each letter, a couple coats, and then we'll come back. So we got our first coat of black on, and it's looking really good. Just let it dry, a few more coats, and then we'll put some clear coat on her, and then we'll get ready to put it on the car. So it's actually the next morning now. I had to go to work, so I couldn't finish, but I got 3 coats of black on the letters. So now we're going to put like 5 coats of clear coat on it, and then it should be done, and then we'll start mocking it up on the back of the car, see how it looks. What we got going on here now is I took the other badging for what would have been the passenger door. You know, both these emblems were on the front fenders, which I guess I could show you that real quick. So for those of you who don't know, these would have sat right in here. I forget exactly where, but so what I'm going to do is, while we're applying the coats of paint, I'm just going to put some painter's tape on the other emblem, and then I'm going to kind of mock it up on the back here just to get an idea and see what looks good. So I'll start filming again once I get them taped up. I threw some painter's tape on the lettering, but now the issue is we have to get all mathemagical up in here and try to figure out where we're going to put these, how we're going to space them apart, because obviously they're individual letters. I knew I was going to have an issue like this before I got the car wrapped, so I did write down measurements from when they were on the fenders. I know exactly how far apart each letter is from each other and what the total distance is across from the C to the O. So I don't know, that doesn't necessarily mean we have to follow that, but you know, the thing that's funny about this is, if the name of the car was actually an odd number of letters, it would be so much easier to center it, because on the third brake light right in the middle here, there's a tiny like dot in the plastic, which would essentially be the center. So if I knew the center, I could put the middle digit and stick it right on there. But obviously you don't get that luxury when you have an even number of lettering. So if it was 7 letters, I would put the 4th letter, which would be 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and then the one in the middle, line it right up there easy, and then just figure out my spacing on either side. But I can't do that, so I'm just going to kind of mock it up here and try to make them look good, and I'll explain the spacing and everything that I did once I figure it out here. I took my little dot, that's the center of the third brake light, I measured down to the middle, and then I decided, well, each letter is 1.5 inches wide. Then I decided I was going to do 1 inch spacing in between them all. So I just took my center dot. This is just rough too, so it's not exact yet. Just went straight down and got it centered where I wanted it to, and then I put the A 1/2 inch to the right, and then the M, I put the edge of it 1/2 inch to the left, so that 1/2 inch each equals 1 inch, and then I just want 1 inch each on each letter. So that's it mocked up. Obviously it looks weird because of the tape on it, and it's like making the letters angled, but you get the idea. So I'll just make sure I'm more exact here once the painted letters are ready to go on, and then hopefully it looks pretty badass when it's done. So I decided to use some chalk string, would be the easiest way. I'm not going to get all fancy with measuring. I'm just going to use my little dot that I took the picture of. I'll be showing you. So I'm going to line up the string with that, and I'm going to go straight down to the lip of the trunk, and then I'll snap a blue line there. Alright, I'm centered up straight to the dot. Got the string looking like it's going straight down. Snap it, and there's a line. Now I'm going to fix the string to the edge of the curve here on the passenger tail light. Go all the way across. Same thing, secure it down to the edge of that one, make another snap, and then I should have a good guide for how I'm going to glue these puppies on. So we got some chalk lines there. So I guess it's time to start gluing these letters on. See how it looks. Also, my stupid string method here, I got some excess dust, as you can see. So I'm going to wipe that off with a Q-tip underneath this main line. I got like a little pseudo fake line there. I'm going to just kind of clean that up a little bit because I don't want that stuff touching my adhesive. And I'm not going to lie, this is making me a little bit nervous because if I screw this up, then I don't know if it's going to mess up this vinyl wrap or not. I'll probably be able to get them off easily. So hopefully I get it looking good on the first try. Let's find out. Alright, so we're going to go C-A-M-A-R-O. We're going to start with this A. And like I said, because it's 6 letters, so it's an even number, I can't just put a digit right in the center. I'm gonna space them 1 inch apart, like I said. So the first letter, I'm gonna go a ½ inch to the right of the midline, and then the next letter I'll go ½ inch to the left of the midline, and then that'll be it. Obviously, ½ inch and ½ inch is 1 inch, and then the rest of them will just be 1 inch from there. So we'll get this one done. This is my little paper. That's a 1 inch tick, and that's a ½ inch tick. So I'm gonna line up the emblem with the ½ inch, the top of it against that blue line, and the left border against the ½ inch mark. So that'll be our first letter. That'll be the second A, and it'll be going right there. So I got the letters all out on the cardboard. I'm gonna get the adhesive here. I'm just gonna squirt a little bit of it right here and then start dabbing it on there with the Q-tip. I just guess I'm gonna be mindful that I don't want to over apply any, because when I go to put the emblem on here, I'm gonna be pressing down firmly so that it sticks for like a minute. And if I put an excessive amount of this on, then obviously it's going to goop out, and I want to avoid that if I can. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit of this right there, and I'm going to grab my second A, dab it with the Q-tip. Just try to be careful as you're applying this that you don't get it everywhere. The stuff is stringy, that's a problem. Alright, well, I'm going to focus on this instead of trying to do it on camera. Alright, well, here goes nothing. There's the second A lined up with the ½ inch. Cool. 1 letter down, 5 to go. Alright, so I moved my little inch paper measurement over. Now we're going to get our second letter lined up. 2 down, a few more to go. Now keep in mind, this may not be exactly super accurate when I'm done, but as long as it looks good and you can't tell, then I'll be okay with it. You can tell here that like the edge of this letter is a little bit closer to my midline than the A is, so it looks like my measurement's off. But actually, when I snap the chalk on the center line from this dot on the, from my center dot on the third brake light, I snapped it crooked. So it's actually coming down at a teeny bit of an angle. So I took that into account. So don't think that I'm over here goofing up my measurements. Had to take a detour and touch up a little bit of paint. I must have chipped it somehow. But I just put a quick coat on it and put it on there. So we'll see. First time I wash the car, I'll probably scrape half the paint off and it'll be a wasted project anyways. I'll let you know, but I just wanted to try it out here. I don't know if I got good enough paint or if I didn't put enough layers on, or maybe I put too many layers on, but I don't know. I just saw a big chip was missing from the side of the A there. So I don't know. What are you gonna do? Hopefully this works out okay. But in the end, I'm not afraid of the adhesive because it'll come off. And if worse comes to worse, if it doesn't come off, obviously I'm on top of a vinyl wrap. So in the end, I just get to peel it off and go back to my original paint anyways. All right, we're getting there. Camouflage. What if I spelled it wrong? Wouldn't that be funny if it was like Racamo or Macaro? I could be like M-A-C-A-R, add an N and an I, be like macaroni. Oh, oh, it's magic, you know. All right, we got all the letters on. It's looking good. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. There's just a little bit of glue that's kind of trickling out, oozing. Clean up my tape line and we'll take a look at it once I get it all cleaned. Finished up the lettering here. It looks pretty good. There's a couple spots I'm not happy with. So some of the paint chipped on one of the letters earlier, and I kind of had to touch it up first. And then after I put the adhesive on and I was applying it to the car, it was kind of like reacting with the paint on the backside of the lettering, and it kind of was like smearing. So I had to get in there and clean it up the best I could. So up close, it's not perfect. Would I recommend doing this to your car? I don't know. It depends on how picky you are. You know, from 5 feet away, it's gonna look good, but way up close, there's some imperfections for sure. Maybe if you get online, you can probably find the Camaro emblems. You can probably find them already painted. So I guess you call it professionally painted, and maybe those would give you better luck. I wanted to paint it just because it was something to do. Give me some practice, you know, trying to do little cosmetic things to the car. You know, I don't know what I'm doing, so I just wung it, wang it, I just wung it, I just wang it. No. So, you know, I wanted to wing it, and I did, and I think it looks pretty cool. So, like I said, it's not perfect. And my camera, I'm still using my phone for camera. I can't even zoom in real close to show you good because my camera doesn't focus like after like a foot. So tell me what you think of it. If you want to leave a comment below, feel free. And yeah, so this is like my 5th vlog ever, and I'm getting a little more comfortable with the camera. Not so much in public, but in private, I feel like it's not as hard talking to the camera. It's hard to come up with the right things to say or the right storyline to promote what you want to do and how to figure things out. But I'm still trying here, and I'm not cranking them out regularly, but I'm trying to think of some things and come up with some cool content for you guys to do. Now, thus far I have 35 subscribers, and I've come up with a name I'm wanting to call everybody who subscribe to me some Mooch Lifers. If you want to become a Mooch Lifer too, check out some more cool content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It would be so awesome if you guys didn't mind. Tell some family and friends, you know, try to get some more people subscribed to my channel. I decided I want to do a little giveaway, you know, to help promote my channel here to grow. I got a Google Home Mini, so if you guys would like to win this, go ahead, get some family and friends involved, get them to subscribe to the channel. Once I hit 200 subscribers, I'm gonna pick someone who can take this puppy home. It can help make your life a little bit easier. Who doesn't need that, right? So I appreciate each and every one of you that subscribed to me thus far, and I would really like to grow this channel, so let's get to it, man. Become a Mooch Lifer, and let's rock and roll. Peace.